Is Spencer Dutton really coming back? New details are emerging that suggest Brandon Sklenar could be stepping back into the Yellowstone universe, this time in the upcoming 1944 series. With rumors heating up and subtle clues from recent interviews, fans are starting to believe this return might not just be wishful thinking. Let's break down what we know, what's being hinted at, and why this could change everything for the Dutton family saga. New characters and casting rumors in 1944. 1944 is already shaping up to be one of the most exciting Yellowstone prequels yet, and a big reason for that buzz is the potential lineup of new characters. With the show set during World War II, the Dutton family isn't just facing threats on the ranch. The global conflict could bring in soldiers, government officials, and newcomers to Montana, all of whom could shake things up. Fans are speculating that Taylor Sheridan might introduce characters who represent the changing face of America in the 1940s. From war veterans to land-hungry opportunists looking to profit off the chaos. One major casting rumor suggests that a prominent young actor from another hit drama series is in talks to join the 1944 lineup. While nothing is confirmed yet, insiders are saying Sheridan wants a fresh face to anchor the new generation of Duttons, someone who can carry the same rugged charisma as Spencer, but with a modern edge. This actor could potentially play Spencer's surviving son, or even a distant cousin who returns to claim his stake in the Yellowstone legacy. Either way, it's a bold move that could redefine the power dynamics in the series. There's also chatter about 1944 featuring a brand new rival family, one that's been quietly building power while the Duttons have been distracted by war and internal conflicts. This opens the door for an entirely new cast of characters, possibly led by a big-name actor, to serve as antagonists. Casting for this group is rumored to be underway, with a focus on performers who can bring both sophistication and ruthlessness to the screen. If true, this new rivalry could set the stage for an epic land war that rivals anything we've seen before in the Yellowstone universe. What's really fascinating is that Sheridan is known for writing roles around the actors he brings on board. That means some of these casting rumors might actually influence the direction of the story itself. As with 1883 and 1923, don't be surprised if a newly cast character suddenly becomes a central figure in the Dutton saga. It's this blend of unpredictability and masterful casting that keeps fans guessing and coming back for more. Brandon Sklenar's potential return as Spencer Dutton in 1944. Brandon Sklenar's portrayal of Spencer Dutton in 1923 left an unforgettable mark on Yellowstone fans, and now there's growing speculation that he could return in 1944. While Spencer's fate was left ambiguous, his disappearance from the family saga leaves just enough narrative room for a surprise comeback. Theories are flying that Spencer may have survived off the grid or re-emerged under mysterious circumstances. If Sklenar reprises the role, it would offer a chance to explore a hardened, older version of Spencer, possibly a man changed forever by his past and the war. What's particularly intriguing is how Spencer's reappearance would affect the family dynamics in 1944. The Duttons are expected to be led by a new generation, but an older Spencer could throw that hierarchy into chaos. Would he reclaim a leadership role on the ranch, or would he be a quiet, haunted figure in the background? A reminder of what was lost during the brutal events of 1923. His presence alone could create tension, especially if younger Duttons question his decisions or view him as a relic of a bygone era. From a storytelling perspective, bringing Sklenar back would serve more than just nostalgia. It could bridge 1923 and 1944 in a meaningful way. His character has already been through personal and global conflict, so reintroducing him during World War II adds layers of trauma, wisdom, and perhaps even regret. Sheridan could use Spencer as a symbolic figure, someone who embodies the cost of legacy and the weight of the Dutton name. He might even serve as a mentor to the new Dutton leads, offering advice shaped by his harrowing past. Of course, Sklenar's return would also be a huge win for fans, many of whom felt his storyline in 1923 ended too soon. A comeback in 1944 could satisfy those lingering questions about what really happened after he vanished. Did he have a secret family? Was he involved in the war effort? Or did he simply disappear to protect those he loved? These questions alone are enough to keep viewers guessing and tuning in if he shows up again, older and with a whole new story to tell. Filming locations and historical accuracy in 1944. One of the most fascinating aspects of Yellowstone, 1944, is the potential for stunning, historically rich filming locations. Much like 1923, which utilized breathtaking locations in Montana, South Africa, and Europe, 1944 is expected to take viewers back to the rugged American West, potentially with an expanded global scope due to the backdrop of World War II. Early rumors suggest that filming may take place not only in Montana, but also in areas reminiscent of 1940s Europe or Pacific battle zones if the war plays a direct role in the story. This global reach would help contextualize the Duttons' role during one of the most defining moments in history. Historical accuracy has always played a subtle but vital role in Taylor Sheridan's storytelling. In 1944, that focus is expected to deepen. From wardrobe choices and period-accurate vehicles to the societal norms of the post-Depression, wartime era, fans can expect a detailed representation of life in the American West during the 1940s. If characters are involved in the war, whether fighting overseas or managing the ranch during wartime shortages, the series will need to carefully depict those realities in both story and setting. Another key element will be how the Duttons adapt to the historical context of 1944. Unlike previous series entries, this time period introduces new technologies, changing gender roles, and a sense of national sacrifice that may shift how the ranch is operated and by whom. The use of real historical events and trends, such as the Dust Bowl aftermath, wartime rationing, or even the return of veterans, could shape the lives of both existing and new characters. How these events are visually and thematically woven into the fabric of the show will set 1944 apart. Overall, Yellowstone, 1944 has a unique opportunity to blend sweeping historical drama with personal, character-driven storytelling. The visual choices and set designs will not just be cosmetic, they'll influence the tone, mood, and realism of the series. For fans of the Dutton saga, this promises an immersive journey into a challenging era, where the legacy of the family is tested not just by enemies or nature, but by the weight of history itself. 1944. Potential conflicts. As Yellowstone, 1944 moves the Dutton saga into the World War II era, the potential for conflict, both internal and external, is higher than ever. The global tension of the war is bound to reach Montana, whether through enlistment, returning soldiers, or economic shifts tied to wartime industry. This opens the door for new pressures on the Dutton family and their ranch. As resources tighten, land becomes more valuable, and the government takes a closer interest in large swaths of the American West. One major point of tension could stem from rival families seeking to take advantage of the Duttons' vulnerability. If key family members go off to war or return home changed, it could create power vacuums within the ranch. Opportunistic land barons, cattle rivals, or even political figures might emerge as antagonists, each with their own motivations to challenge the Duttons' hold on their legacy. These new enemies could be even more ruthless than those we saw in 1923. There's also room for internal conflict. If a younger generation steps up in 1944, expect ideological clashes between old-school Dutton values and New World thinking. Whether it's about how to run the ranch, whether to cooperate with the government, or how to handle rival claims, these generational disputes could fracture the family from within. The Duttons have always been their own worst enemy when divided, and 1944 could amplify that theme. Finally, the trauma of war itself might become a silent antagonist. Returning veterans, perhaps including Spencer's son or another young Dutton, could bring emotional scars that alter the family dynamic. Post-war America wasn't just about rebuilding, it was about redefinition. And for the Duttons, who cling fiercely to tradition, that redefinition could spark the kind of emotional and territorial battles that define a Sheridan series. The Lost Dutton Heir? What happened to Elizabeth's unborn child after 1923? One of the biggest lingering mysteries from 1923 surrounds Jack and Elizabeth Dutton's future, and whether they ever had a child after Elizabeth's tragic miscarriage. While the show never confirms another pregnancy or birth, the door is left wide open. Fans have picked up on subtle hints and context clues that suggest the couple may have had a child off-screen. If true, this child could play a pivotal role in Yellowstone, 1944, stepping into the spotlight as part of the next generation of Duttons. Unlike Jack and Elizabeth's uncertain legacy, Spencer Dutton's fate is clearer. He survived the events of 1923, and it's now widely expected that 1944 will explore the consequences of his return, possibly even introducing his son as a major character. This makes Spencer the most likely bridge between 1923 and 1944, with his lineage continuing on screen in a concrete way. But that doesn't mean the possibility of Jack and Elizabeth's child is off the table. If 1944 introduces a new character bearing the Dutton name but born around the mid to late 1920s, fans will no doubt be searching for clues about their parentage. Could this be Jack's child, raised on the ranch and groomed to carry on the family legacy? Or is it someone entirely new, perhaps a cousin, or even a hidden heir we never saw coming? The mystery surrounding Jack and Elizabeth makes any new face in 1944 a potential game changer. The absence of closure on Jack and Elizabeth's storyline feels intentional, like a puzzle piece Taylor Sheridan is saving for a future reveal. With Spencer's bloodline already anticipated, the addition of Jack's potential child would deepen the family drama and expand the Dutton dynasty in unexpected ways. All eyes will be on 1944 to see if this silent thread from 1923 finally unravels. Taylor Sheridan's vision for expanding the Yellowstone universe. Taylor Sheridan has made it clear that he's not just creating a TV show, he's building a legacy. His vision for the Yellowstone universe goes far beyond the original series, diving into America's turbulent history through the lens of the Dutton family. Each spin-off, from 1883 to 1923 and now 1944, expands the mythology while tackling the challenges of the era. Sheridan's approach isn't just about plot lines, it's about using historical backdrops to explore themes like survival, power, and generational sacrifice. What sets Sheridan apart is his ability to weave deeply personal character stories into sweeping historical moments. With 1944, he's poised to blend the personal costs of World War II with the ongoing fight for land, family, and legacy. Sheridan doesn't just write cowboy stories, he writes about what it means to fight for a piece of the American dream, even as that dream evolves or falls apart. Every new series reflects a different side of that struggle, and 1944 is shaping up to be one of the most emotionally charged entries yet. Another key part of Sheridan's vision is continuity. He connects each era with subtle threads, family heirlooms, names, mannerisms, and legacies that keep fans invested. He's not afraid to kill off major characters or shift timelines because he knows the Dutton name is the true constant. As long as there's a Dutton fighting for their land, the story continues. Sheridan understands how to make each series stand alone while still contributing to the larger universe. Finally, Sheridan's long game isn't just about television, it's about reshaping the Western genre for modern audiences. He's brought prestige to cowboy storytelling, making it cinematic, brutal, and emotional. With talks of even more spin-offs on the horizon, including 6666, 1944, and possible character-centered series, his vision clearly involves expanding the universe in a way that feels earned, not forced. Every new chapter builds on the last, and audiences can feel that intentional, layered storytelling in every frame. If Brandon Sklenar does return as Spencer Dutton in 1944, it could mark one of the most exciting continuations in the Yellowstone timeline. But what do you think? Will Spencer rise from the shadows, or are we chasing smoke? Drop your theories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest updates on 1944, Yellowstone, and beyond. The Dutton drama is just getting started. Follow us on TikTok for daily content.